It was one of those afternoons, the kind where your to-do list looks back at you like it's judging you. I remember standing by my stove, hands full of groceries, heart racing. I made a quick cup of something I usually only sip at night, and within 5 minutes, my shoulders unclenched. I could breathe. That little cup turned the whole afternoon around. Today, we're going to show you how 4 simple teas, one for morning focus, one for midday calm, one to help digestion after a meal, and one to wind down at night, can do the same for different parts of your day.
Welcome back to Earthy Remedy, where natural remedies and real food meet everyday life. I'm Fiona. We'll be translating tradition and science into kitchen-friendly tea rituals you can actually use.
And I'm Samnang. Today, we've invited 2 experts to help us keep these recipes safe, sensible, and evidence-based. Dr. Maya Ruiz is a clinical herbalist who blends cultural knowledge with clinical practice, and Dr. Alex Chen is a nutritional neuroscientist who studies how simple foods and herbs affect attention and sleep. We'll also put a 2-week microtrial plan in the show notes and printable steeping cards, so you can test one ritual at a time.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here to share practical ways herbs are used across cultures, always at culinary doses, so people can try them safely at home. Great to be here. I'll focus on what the science shows about how low-dose herbal teas can support focus, stress recovery, digestion, and sleep, without getting into high-dose or pharmaceutical territory.
Before we dive in, a quick note will repeat at the top and bottom of the show. These teas are supportive, not substitutes for medical treatment. If you have a diagnosed condition, like a sleep disorder or an anxiety disorder, talk with a clinician before relying on tea as treatment. Also, check the show notes for interaction summaries and pregnancy guidance.
Okay, segment 1. Why match tea to the need? Fiona, take us through the short version of what happens in the body when we sip the right herb at the right time.
Sure. Think of tea as a low-dose culinary way to nudge chemistry in the body. For morning focus, mild caffeine plus compounds like catechol in green tea support alertness. For calm, herbs such as lemon balm or small culinary amounts of holy basil appear to influence GABA-related pathways, so you get relaxation without sedation. For digestion, bitter and carminative herbs like fennel or peppermint stimulate digestive secretions and ease gas. For sleep, chamomile and linden have flavonoids that interact with the body's relaxation systems and support circadian-friendly quieting when used at the right time. The key is dose and timing. Culinary measures done consistently can give subtle, meaningful effects without the risks of concentrated extracts.
To add one quick mechanism note, when we say catechols or GABA modulating, we don't mean big pharmaceutical changes. We mean small shifts in signaling that can improve attention or reduce nervousness when paired with rituals. Temperature, scent, and slowing the breath amplify those effects. That's why steeping time, temperature, and mindful sipping matter as much as the herb itself. And from a herbalist perspective, tradition gives us patterns, what communities use for alertness, relaxation, or digestion. We compare those patterns with clinical studies to pick herbs that are both time-tested and supported at culinary doses. Importantly, tradition also reminds us to ask, who should be cautious? For many herbs, pregnant or breastfeeding people and those on certain medications need tailored advice.
Great. Segment 2 then. Evidence and tradition. Let's do a quick reality check. Which herbs have the clearest real-world support at culinary doses, and which ones are mostly traditional anecdote? Maya, Alex, you want to take that together?
Sure. Chamomile and peppermint are classic and have clinical studies supporting mild benefits for sleep and digestion, respectively, at herbal tea doses. Lemon balm shows calming effects in low doses in some trials. Green tea supports alertness, though caffeine sensitivity matters. Herbs like holy basil and adaptogens have promising traditional use in some studies, but often the interventions in trials use higher doses than a simple cup of tea, so we recommend culinary use and tracking effects, rather than assuming therapeutic equivalence. Exactly. Also important, many trials use extracts or concentrated forms.
When we translate to a kitchen cup, effects are subtler but still meaningful, especially when paired with consistent routine, sleep hygiene, and mindful eating. That's why our microtrial is 2 weeks. It's long enough to notice patterns without jumping to conclusions.
We'll point listeners to which herbs to treat with extra caution in the show notes, like those that interact with anticoagulants or sedatives. On air, we'll keep every recipe culinary and list obvious red flags: pregnancy, young kids, and concurrent prescription meds.
Bridge time. Prep checklist for our brew-along. Listeners, grab a kettle, a teaspoon or small kitchen scale, a timer, a mug, and a strainer. We're doing single-serving, kitchen-friendly ratios so you can brew exactly along with us. Demo A. Morning Focus Brew. I'll read the ingredients slowly, then we'll walk step by step. Ingredient list first. 1 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of green tea leaves, or rooibos if you're caffeine sensitive, 1/4 teaspoon dried rosemary or a small strip of lemon peel. Optional 1/2 teaspoon of lemon verbena or a few fresh mint leaves. If you choose green tea, aim for lower steep time to avoid jitteriness.
Equipment: a kettle, teaspoon or 2-gram scale, timer, mug, and a strainer if you're using loose leaf. Step 1. Bring 1 cup of water to about 175 to 185 degrees Fahrenheit for green tea. If you don't have a thermometer, let boiling water sit for a minute. For rooibos, full boil is fine.
Step 2. If you're using green tea, add 1 teaspoon of leaves to your mug and pour the water gently. Step 3. Steep for 1.5 to 2 minutes for a gentle lift. Longer steeping releases more caffeine and tannins, which can feel harsh. With rooibos, steep 5 minutes for a full-bodied, caffeine-free alternative.
Step 4. Add your rosemary or lemon peel while it steeps. Breathe in that aroma. You'll notice a bright, herbaceous note that helps the cup feel focused. Step 5. Remove leaves or strain, sip slowly, and notice how it sharpens your attention without pushing your nerves. If you're caffeine sensitive, choose rooibos or reduce the green tea to 1/2 teaspoon.
Quick safety tip. If you're on stimulant medications or have a diagnosed anxiety disorder, start with rooibos or decaf options and check with your clinician. Small culinary doses are generally fine, but individual response varies.
Demo B. Midday Calm Cup. Ingredient list: 1 cup water, 1 teaspoon dried lemon balm leaves, 1/2 teaspoon dried lavender, or a pinch of dried linden blossoms. Optional, 1/4 teaspoon culinary holy basil if you know what agrees with you. This is a gentle, soothing cup for the midday slump or after a stressful meeting.
Equipment note: same set, kettle, timer, mug, strainer. Step 1. Bring water to a gentle boil and let it cool for a few seconds so it's just off the boil for lemon balm and lavender. Step 2. Pour over the herbs and steep for 5 to 7 minutes. The longer steep brings out the floral, calming notes.
Step 3. Strain and take 3 mindful sips. Hold a little of the cup at your lips, breathe the scent, and let yourself slow. Contraindications: if you take prescription sedatives or sleep aids, lemon balm and lavender can add to sedative effects. Consult a clinician before regular use in those cases.
Demo C. Post-Meal Digestive Infusion. Ingredients: 1 cup water, 1 teaspoon crushed fennel seeds, 1/2 teaspoon dried peppermint leaves, optional 1/2 teaspoon grated fresh ginger if you like a warm note. Fennel eases bloating, peppermint soothes intestines, and ginger supports motility.
Step 1. Boil water and pour over the fennel and peppermint. If you're using fresh ginger, add it now. Step 2. Simmer gently for 3 to 5 minutes. This is more of a short infusion than a delicate steep. Step 3. Strain, sip warm after a meal. Take small sips rather than big gulps so your body can respond naturally.
A quick caution: peppermint can relax the lower esophageal sphincter for some people and worsen heartburn. If you have reflux, swap peppermint for chamomile or use lower amounts. Also, watch sodium if you're on a restricted diet. These herbs are low sodium, but ginger preparations can sometimes include salted ingredients in blends.
Demo D, Night Wind-Down Tea. Ingredient list: 1 cup water, 1 tablespoon chamomile flowers or 1 chamomile tea bag, 1 teaspoon dried linden or a small pinch of lemon balm, optional ½ teaspoon rooibos for body if you prefer a caffeine-free base. This is your bedtime ally.
Step 1. Bring water to a gentle simmer. Step 2. Pour over chamomile and linden and steep for 5 to 7 minutes. Step 3. Strain and let cool until warm to the lips. Drinking too hot can interfere with sleep. Step 4. Sip 20 to 45 minutes before your desired bedtime to let the relaxation settle in.
Patch test note. Before making this a nightly habit, try the cup once and watch for any unusual reactions. For pregnant or breastfeeding listeners, check with a clinician. Some herbs are fine in culinary amounts, but others need oversight. We list pregnancy-safe alternatives in the show notes.
Segment 7, 2-week microtrial and personalization plan. Here's a simple way to test one ritual. Pick a single tea and commit to it for 2 weeks, drinking it at the same time each day. Track one simple metric: sleep quality on a 1 to 5 scale for the night tea, midday clarity for the Focus Brew, post-meal comfort for the Digestive Infusion, and baseline anxiety or calm for the Midday Cup.
Keep a short daily note: what you drank, what you felt, any side effects, and a 1-line context note, like after heavy lunch or after meeting. After 2 weeks, look for trends. If you notice clear improvement, great. If not, switch to a second tea or consult a clinician. Don't keep increasing dose on your own.
Safety, interactions, and sourcing. The main interaction categories to know: anticoagulants, avoid regular high-dose turmeric or high amounts of ginger without advice. Sedatives. Herbs that add sedative like lemon balm or chamomile can interact with prescription sedatives. Stimulants. Green tea's caffeine can interact with stimulant meds. Always tell your clinician what herbs you're testing, especially if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or giving herbs to young children. Sourcing tips. Buy from reputable suppliers, check for third-party testing if possible, and smell the herbs. Fresh herbs have a clear aroma. Store dry in an airtight jar away from light and heat. If something smells musty, don't use it.
Reflection and encouragement. This is not about perfection. It's about small rituals that let you take back parts of your day. Try 1 cup, track it for 2 weeks, and notice how your routines shift. Start small. You've got this.
Key takeaways: match the herb to the need, keep doses culinary, watch for interactions, and pair the cup with a little ritual: breathing, sitting, and noticing, so the effect is greater than the sum of the ingredients. The evidence supports modest benefits when used thoughtfully.
We've included printable steeping cards and a clinician-reviewed interaction summary in the show notes. If anything feels off during your trial, rash, increased heart rate, or unusual dizziness, stop and seek medical advice. Herbs are powerful and subtle. Respect them. And remember, the ritual, the temperature, the scent, and the slowing down are part of the effect. Sometimes the simple act of pausing with a warm cup gives your nervous system permission to shift. That's science and practice working together.
CTA. Try 1 tea this week and tag us on Instagram at @EarthyRemedy with a photo, or send a 60-second voice note of how it went. We'll share favorite responses and a few listener-made variations in next week's episode. Download the steeping cards and the 2-week tracker in the show notes and start small. 1 cup, 2 weeks.
Thank you to Dr. Maya Ruiz and Dr. Alex Chen for joining us, and to you for listening. If you liked this episode, subscribe so you don't miss the printable steeping cards and more kitchen-forward remedies.
Listen to your body. Trust the earth. Feel the difference. We'll see you next time on Earthy Remedy.